And this is August 13th, 2023, and we're here at S.W. Collins up north, where today, the last day of the International Muskie Derby. It's been a very tough 3 days for the fishermen. The water is extremely high with all the rain that we've had all summer. The last 3 days, a lot of rain, a lot of siltation in the water, a lot of debris, making it hard for fishing. And it has been. On Friday, the first day of the Derby, rained, and rained all day, make it really miserable. Saturday, it was an excellent day, and it showed because a lot of the fish were caught on Saturday. And then Sunday, today, the last day of the Derby, overcast, a good thunderstorm, wind, and a pretty nasty day. All in all, weather-wise, it wasn't very nice, but for fishing, it was good. And now we're setting up for the honors and the awards that will be given here on this last day of the 2023 International Muskie Derby.
I guess we'll begin the award ceremony. I know all the fishermen aren't here yet. We were trying to wait for a few of them that are coming in late. Some wanted to fish right up to 5 o'clock. So I'm going to start by thanking everyone that's here and thank you for fishing the Derby this year. I know the conditions were quite tough out there. We did have close to 225 fishermen again this year, which is a pretty good number considering the weather. I'm going to go through the list of sponsors first because, of course, without the Derby, we wouldn't have the sponsors. So during the year, if you have to go into some of these businesses, please thank them for sponsoring the Derby, because without them, we wouldn't have the Derby. We have to raise close to $10,000 a year just to put the Derby on. So Devin's going to hold the book for me, and I'm going to go through the list of sponsors. We have quite a few, so be patient. Pelletier Motors, that's both the Ford dealer and Valley Auto. We have Parity Shop and Save. We have Acadia Federal Credit Union. And the pages are stuck together. Barney Insurance. Northern Door Inn. Fort Kent Power Sports. Lord Morno Dubé, accountants. JNP Carpentry, that's Jason Parody. Gas and Go Foods. Roy Auto Parts. Now, most of these sponsors have been sponsoring for 20 years, so we thank them for that. Daigle Oil Company. DeVoe Construction, that's Reed DeVoe. D&D Development Incorporated. John Surefine. Swamp Buck Restaurant. Frank Martins and Sons. Rock's Diner. Pelletier Sewer Services. Central Building Supplies. Autotronics. Dead River Company. Valley Iron Works. JBO Logging. Morris Logging. Pelletier Electric, the Inn of Acadia, Robbie Moore and Paving, Deplored Logging, Fish River Rural Health, Pelletier Florist and Greenhouse, Joe's Country Store, Tulsa Incorporated, St. John Valley Realty Company, Long Lake Inn, China Garden, North State Federal Credit Union, Ken L. Electric, Al's Dairy Freeze, Katahdin Trust Company, Deep Gas Trucking, Corvo Construction, Roy's Variety, M&M Service Station, United Insurance, Lee Terrio CPA, Priscilla Staples, Al Dumont Construction, Overlook Motel and Lakeside Cottages, T&T Road Company, Mike's and Sons, Town of Frenchville, T&J Gutters. And we also have SW Collins, that's not on this list, but they allow us to use their facility here. And they also sponsor the draw contest that we have after this award ceremony. So let's give a round of applause to all those sponsors. So this year, of course, the numbers are down a little bit because the fish were hiding in that deep water. The currents were hard, and the pools, of course, all the little eddies were completely flooded over. So we did have 7 muskies over 38 inches long that we weighed and measured. Grand Isle was a little bit slower this year. The water was more cloudy down that way. We finally had a fish that we caught out of Glacier Lake, which has been quite a few years. People have been fishing Glacier and not bringing anything in, but this year we had one that came out of Glacier, so that was good news. We only had 1 youth that brought in a muskie over 38 inches, and we had 3 bass that made our board. So the numbers are down, and hopefully next year we'll have a little bit better weather and the sun will come out. But I think this year was still a very successful season for us, and hopefully next year it'll be a little bit better. So tonight we're going to start with the 3rd place bass, which is Matthew Thibodeau for $250. Matthew here. Thank you, Matthew. The 2nd place bass is Chris Houston for $500. It's Chris here. The 1st place bass is a bass that was 20 3/8 and weighed 4.36 pounds for $1,000. Benjamin Carlin. Next we have 1st place youth Quinn O'Brien. That's muskie, 1st place. Thank you, Quinn. Good job. Okay, make sure you don't miss it. Next will be the longest fish caught today is Quinn O'Brien for $100. those of you that haven't figured out, each day we have a different color-coded system. So the fish on the board that were in red were caught on Friday. The fish that are in blue were caught Saturday, and the fish in green are the ones that were caught today.
Any fish that gets in those lakes is either going to be the ocean or there's no way, or it's going to decline or fish in the fall or it's out of town.
Saturday and for Friday. Okay, so the longest fish on Saturday was gray sheldrick for $100. You may remember Grace from last year. She participated in the $25,000 contest, and she ended up winning a $500 gift certificate. And she went in the following day and spent about $1,000 in the store. So. Grace, you want to say something?
This is due to my grandson, Blake Sheldrick. He was my motor guide, and he's not feeling well tonight, but if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have caught this fish. And I do appreciate it.
Thank you. I know Grace didn't want to talk about herself, but before the event here this evening, I was talking to some of her fishing buddies. They come up from New York to fish every year. They actually made reservations thinking the Derby was going to be August 3rd this year. So they made their hotel reservations and everything well in advance. They found out the Derby was the second week of August, so they had to scramble to find places to stay. But they made it. She also had surgery this winter, and cancer surgery. So to get her through the recovery of it, she was bound and determined to come fish for muskie in Fort Kent, and that's what got her through her cancer. So thank you, Grace, for coming year after year. The longest fish on Friday was Peter Marquis. Peter, you want to say something to the people? Put him on the spot.
First time I placed on the board was this visit, but I've been here for 5-6 years, so we'll do it again next year.
Thank you. So now we're into the Muskie Derby in 7th place. Not a stranger to the board. They come every year also, come a group. Always have fish on the board. Dave O'Brien, come on up. 7th place for $500. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. If you remember, a year or two ago, Dave's name was not on the board. We had done some counting issues, and we had forgot to put his name on the board. And after the Derby was done, he approached me and he said, my name should have been up in 5th place, and he wasn't on the board at all. So he said, don't worry about it. I don't want my prize money. He says, just allow me to fish next year and we'll be good. So we had to thank him for that. 6th place for Muskie for a total of $550. Dennis Levac. Is Dennis here? Next one, Dave. Fifth place for Muskie, Grace Sheldrick, $600. Thank you, Grace. Fourth place for Muskie, Luke Daigle. $650. Is Luke here? Third place for Muskie, John Picard, $1,000. John's not here.
Well, I can tell you what, this is my first time, and it was a pretty good experience, and I'll end up doing it again, that's for sure.
Thank you. So you mean if we had a rookie section, you probably would have won extra money? Second place for Muskie, Riley Morin, $1,500.
I've been coming up here for a couple of years now, and just a couple buddies fishing and cousins and friends and whatnot, but it's just a great time to get everybody together and fish. This year was fun. I caught that one, put it in the boat, and then it hooked me, so I got it back. We got each other back. It was a good time.
Thank you, Rob. Riley's was the first fish I think that came in, and we tried to make him the poster child for next year's poster. First place Muskie, Peter Marquis, $2,000. Thank you. Anything else that we have today other than, okay, yes. We had we didn't have this planned for this year, but this afternoon we decided that maybe we ought to have a youth category for all the youths that entered the Muskie Derby this year. Not many were on the board winning anything. So what we decided is we're going to pull a name out of a hat for all the youth that registered for the Derby, and we're going to give a $500 gift certificate to that youth for Up North Corporation, SW Collins. So we've got the youth now in the bucket, and Devin already picked James Lamar, youth. So we'll get that to James.
James Lamar.
No, Devin, that's all out of that one. The next drawing we have is for also the $25,000 money bag drawing. The name he picks out of the basket here will have automatically won $500 because that's the minimum you can win when you play that game. But this person will have a chance. You have to be here to win $25,000 at max. So the name that my son Devin drew is Adam Perkins here. We're going to keep drawing till we pick someone that's here. Scott Haggerty here. Get from the bottom, Deb. Well, I know this guy's here. Dave O'Brien. I know Dave's here. So Dave's going to have a chance to win $25,000, but a minimum of $500 you've already won.
Wow.
So what he's going to do is he's going to go up to that board and he's going to pull one envelope at a time and open it and open the other envelope that's inside. And when he gets 5 that match, that's his award. So in those envelopes there's $500 local prize, there's $1,000 tickets, there's $5,000 tickets, and there's $25,000 tickets. So he has to get 5 that match first. And after the ceremony, if he doesn't win the big amounts, I'll be able to tell you which envelopes had the big amounts. So we'll go from there. But Dave, Don Raymond is graciously here to film this because should he win any amount of money, the promotion company needs to have it videoed. So Dave's going to go out and pick his envelopes.
Is it gonna work if I go over?
Hold them one by one, get 5.
One by one.
Yeah, stapler.
They're perforated on the bottom of the slip.
Okay.
So if you want to rip that off, then inside, and that's a little white envelope. Okay, I'll take care of it. Bottom.
You have the stapler, Dave. You got it? Okay. So he picked number 20, and it's for $1,000. So that's a pretty decent amount, but we're looking for $25,000. The fishing package for $500. Those are not the ones we want to see. He's picked number 12. $500. We want to stay away from those if you can. He's picking number 24. $5,000 now, that's what we want to see. He's taking number 2. The fishing package. You want to try to stay away from those, babe? You can. Yeah, fishing package again. There we go. Now we're cooking. We need 4 more of those.
I'm guessing there's 5 of those in there.
There's the book that had all my.
There we go, $1,000. That's good. Number 37. $5,000. Number 28. 10,000. Doing good, doing good. Fishing package. So since stay right there, Dave. Since the local fishing package is something the Muskie Derby and SW Collins supplies, we're now allowed by the corporation to open up the master envelope. So we're going to open up the master envelope, and you'll be able to tell which numbers you should have pulled. So rip that open, and it's going to tell us the winning cards up here, and we can open them up if you want to verify. He should have opened up number 4,
11, 4, 11, 25, 34, and 36.
Wow.
Coincidentally, wasn't those the megabuck numbers last weekend? No one figured that out, did they? Yeah, if you want to go ahead and open some, feel free to. Number 4, you said, number 11.
Five.
34 and 36. You already opened one of them. So 36 would have been. There it is.
What was the last one?
4, 11, 25, 34, 36. We opened one during the tournament. We went over 36. 25, yeah.
There it is.
There's the last one. So I thank you for coming, and we'll see you again next year, hopefully. The weather will cooperate. Thank you.
Thank you. I know, you're disappointed in me, aren't
Here, we're gonna try to get it.
So I'm going to ask, John, I'm going to ask the obvious question. Where did you catch it? And tell me the lake.
The lake? I caught it in Grand Isle.
Grand Isle. Very nice. So, hang on, let me get closer.
A little closer.
Tell me about it. What happened?
Oh, this is the first time I've really fished muskie. We went out Friday morning. Of course, it was raining a little bit, and I was just dragging a line behind, trolling, and I landed catching. I was all alone. My partner wasn't with me, so I landed up netting it by myself. And
that must have been an experience to land it by yourself.
Yep.
You know, by then you've realized how big that fish is.
Yeah.
And now it's going bum 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 bum.
Yeah. I actually thought it was a small one. When I landed getting it in the boat, of course, I was so excited. I was just standing there and just saying stuff, you know what I mean? And there's a boat that landed coming over, and they asked. And that's what they asked if I had caught one. I said, yeah. I said I caught a small one. And then once they drove off, I landed up measuring it, but it was almost 42 inches, 41 inches.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good experience, that's for sure.
Well, John, this is great. It's nice to see somebody from the area. I mean, it's nice to see anybody catch something.
Yeah.
Somebody your first time.
First time.
You're hooked for life.
Yeah, I am too.
Congratulations, John.
Thank you.